Motherhoodsexmarijuana.com. Yes, indeed. Season 4. We back in the dough. And you better let us in. Oh, yes. Make sure you bookmark this site, motherhoodsexmarijuana.com. And of course, when you want to get some cute cannabis gear, you turn to shop.spreadshirt.com/MSM gear. Of course, we are having a sale at the moment, but by the time season 4 kicks in, we might not be having a sale. But either way, you should support. You should be checking out season 4, and you should be in the door with us, because Motherhood Sex Marijuana is back, bitches. Ha ha! Motherhood Sex Marijuana, the podcast, proudly presents Fuego 420 magazine. Make sure you check out Fuego 420 magazine. The featured blog stories are right here. Make sure you are checking out each blog. Make sure you subscribe to this magazine. Motherhood Sex Marijuana, the podcast, humbly requests and recommends this magazine as a great read. Building one time for your mind.
What's up, Queen?
What's up, Ruby?
What's going on? What's up, Queen? I should say.
Chilling. Happy Sunday to you.
Indeed.
With Miss Fanchon Stylezz in the building.
Hey. What's up, Queens?
What's up?
How amazing. Marijuana in the building. Indeed. And shout out for the release of our first episode, 4th season. I watched that shit like 3 times already.
Nice.
Damn, this is a good one.
I'm telling you, that first episode definitely is getting a lot of views. But you know what I'm saying? But instead of talking about that, we here to talk to Miss Fanchon Stylezz.
Yes.
Now, let me just go ahead and introduce her. Well, I'm gonna let her introduce herself too. But at the same time, I want to talk to you about how me and her met in the first place, because that story is funny as hell. First of all, Fanchon is an author, and she had a website where she was doing author features, and she did a feature on me. And then we got together after, we got to know each other after that. And then not too long after that, she kind of hit me up, because I had this one at that time, I only had one website. So, and she hit me up and was like, yo, I see your website. I don't like it. It looks kind of crappy. Can I do something about it? Nah, I'm just saying that shit look like shit, and I don't like that shit. And I know you don't know me like that, but I'm gonna tell you I don't like that shit. I don't like none of that shit. So
I love it.
This is what I'm gonna do for you. No, because I don't like that shit. I'm gonna make up a new website for you, and you can have it. Use it, do whatever you want with it, but this shit look better than the shit that you got right now. And literally, to be honest with you, I keep both websites just because I still like my first one. But what she gave me was definitely a complete upgrade to what I have. So I keep both, just because I keep both. But that's how we met. And literally, when I heard that criticism, it wasn't me saying, well, damn, bitch, you ain't had to say all of that. I was just like, word? Oh, shit. And then when I saw what she did, I said, girl, thank you. Fuck you mean? Who mad at what? What was that? The hell? The fuck mad business. At who? Mad at what? Mad at not a motherfucking thing. And another thing too, I also got to include that one of my YouTube videos that I actually have to describe my book called You Just Don't Know. She actually was the producer and the you know, the person behind, you know, putting that video together. So when I tell you, me and homegirl go back, and literally when she hit me up, I was like, and I saw that, you know, she's doing clothes now. I was like, first of all, you always be doing, if it ain't traveling, it's clothes, it's videos, it's movies, books, you got a lot of hands in places. So yes, come to our show. You know what I'm saying? Show us a little love. Let's get together and figure out where you are now and what else we got our hands in. And of course, introduce you to Miss Ruby, though, because that's my people's. You know what I mean? And now I'm gonna be quiet because it's time for you to talk. I done said too much apparently. Yes,
welcome.
Come on, honey. Oh, we can't hear you.
We have at least one technical difficulty per show, it shows. So this could be it.
This could be it. I mean, it looks like it says you on audio, like audio is on. I don't know. I know you can hear us.
Yeah, we just can't hear you, Queen. So just trying to figure that.
Oh, you're gonna log in on your phone? All right, that works. We'll be right here.
Awesome. And welcome. You know what? It's a compliment when anyone pays attention to anything that I think we do. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of excitement in there. And then for somebody to say, hey, this is, I see this vision, or this probably, see what you like about this. What a huge compliment. And so, and Kai being the businesswoman that she is and recognizing the opportunities, I love your approach to that. And so I would love it if someone was like, hey, let me help you with this. Let me help you revamp this in any way. I mean, the worst anyone can say is no, and then your lives just move on. But what an awesome story. Has it been years since you've been in contact?
Well, yeah, it's been a couple of, I say it's been maybe a couple of years since the last time I've talked to Fanchon, definitely. And it's so funny too, because what happened? Just log out of here and then just go on the same link through your phone, and we'll be right here.
Yep.
We'll be right here. But yeah, it had to been like maybe a year or two since we talked. And the funny thing is that now when we met, obviously she lived in New York. She lived here in Long Island.
Okay.
Out here in Long Island. But eventually she moved because she's in Nevada now. So
okay.
So, you know what I mean? But yes, when I tell you this girl has done a lot, It
sounds like it. How exciting.
Yeah.
We love jack of all trades people. I think that we can identify with that a lot. And how amazing. What a wonderful treat. You mentioned that she's in style now. Or fashion.
Yeah,
right?
And she has a clothing line. She's written at least 2 books from what I remember.
Oh shit.
But shit, girl, I ain't finna tell your story. I'm gonna let you talk. Yeah, it says that you on mute.
Hold on. I don't know.
All right, there it is.
No, wait. You hear me now?
I hear you now. Maybe that's what it is. Oh, okay, cool. Because sometimes, but then again, Teams do that, not Zoom. But shit, you on now, honey. Nice.
Yeah, but now I can barely hear you guys though.
Oh, damn, really?
Yeah, hold on. Now.
Okay. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I had to put the AirPod in to hear you better. My bad.
It's true, and then we got some high again gear. All right, don't panic. It's organic. We like it. It works. It's a representation, even though I know you don't smoke.
Oh
wait.
Yeah.
Have we changed our status on smoking?
Yeah.
We're part of the team.
Yeah.
420 friendly around here. Well, welcome. Do you go by Miss Brave Heartz as well?
Yeah, I go by Fanchon Stylezz, Brave Heartz, Lady Brave Heartz. I go by many different names. I wear many different hats. So, yeah.
And you are definitely beautiful as well, Queen. Thank you for gracing us.
Well, thank you. Likewise. Thank you. I'm sorry I couldn't get into the conversation earlier. I don't know why this computer won't pick up the audio. It says that it was working, but I don't know.
It's all good.
Hey, it's all good. We always have some sort of technical difficulty, but yo, shit, this is the time. Like I said, shit, I know your story pretty much, but of course Ruby doesn't. So yes, we gonna be quiet and let you introduce yourself.
Okay, we gonna get into it.
Yes.
Kai was telling somewhat the truth, like she over exaggerated because I was not like being that blunt with my constructive criticism.
Well, of course, I mean, shoot, you didn't say those exact words. You right?
No.
Shit. Well, I mean, that's a easy breakdown. Like you saw my shit was like, nah, this ain't gonna work.
It was something about her that stood out to me, and I'm just like, I need to hit her up. Like, I'm seeing what she's doing, but let me just hit her up and see, like, if she want to take it to the next level. So when I hit her up, she was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, well, I noticed your website and I would like to upgrade it for you. And she's like, why? And I'm like, well, I can make it look better than that. So.
And you did say that it looked like shit. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, hey.
Nicer words. So she was like, sure. I guess. So I did the website and I told her after I created the website, I would give her all the information. She could take over from there. I just wanted to help her. And she hit me back and she was like, oh, say word. And I was like, well, I said, like, it's something about you that just made me reach out to you. It was the energy because we was just following each other on social media. And I'm like, I see a little me in her. So let me just hit her up. So then I bought her book. I think I bought more than one, actually. And the one that you were making reference to, the what was it?
You Just Don't Know.
You Just Don't Know. You had books out before that book. So I had bought your other books, Alani's Bigger Hustle, and I bought those and I read those. And then you were in the works of doing that book, You Just Don't Know. And then I looked back at your previous trailers, your book trailers, and I was like, let me help you. And you was like, wait, what? And I was like, yeah, just come to my house and I'll shoot, record, edit, everything. We'll just let me help you. And she was like, okay. And she came to my house and she stayed the day there and we set up the living room and I just filmed her doing her book trailer. Took me about a week to edit it and I gave it to her back and she was like, wow. But we clicked ever since then. So
I mean, to this day, it's like one of my most watched videos. Honestly, my YouTube channel, it's literally one of my most watched videos, my most views videos to this day. So that alone is true. I was very thankful from the minute I met you. I was thankful. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Yeah. And then, but yes, definitely. I wanted to definitely talk about, because one of the things I wanted to talk about was your books, because I know I have one of your books, but I know you wrote one afterwards, right? After that one, right?
Yeah,
but what was the first one to let people know what was the first one about?
The first one is called Heart of Kings, and it's kind of loosely based off my life, very loosely based off of my life. And you and I go back some years, and I mean years. So I think you already had your books out, and I reached out to you and I told you like, hey, I'm trying to write a book, and it's hard trying to get people to give you advice and trying to help you. And you was like, well, I can tell you whatever I know. And you did. And we just clicked from there. And next thing you know, we were doing the street fairs, doing the book festivals and stuff. And I was like, okay, well, she didn't lie. She said she was going to teach me whatever she knew. But you kept writing after that. And it took me a minute to get around to writing my second one because I had so many different other things going on. And I think I bought every one of your books except for the last one. I think that was the only one that I didn't get. But yeah, so the first one is Heart of Kings, and it was loosely based on my life. And then the second one, it was like a big gap in between, a 2-year gap in between writing. But you know me. So I was like traveling, working on other projects, dealing with my health, trying to take care of kids and just maintain the house. And then it's not that I didn't want to write a second book. It was too much going on. So one day I was like, you know what? Let me just get this done and get it over with. I locked myself in the house and knocked it out. And that was it. Yeah, that's pretty much how I got started on writing.
I'm still trying to finish my book, and I started like years ago.
Well, you should have been talking to her.
Oh no, no, trust me. I've given advice on as far as writing to Ruby on a regular basis. You know what I mean? And like you said, we all been busy. You know what I'm saying? We all been pulled by different directions and shit. You know what I'm saying? Life be lifing. You know what I'm saying? Life be lifing. So it's like it's been a lot going on. So I can understand, her, not getting the book done yet, especially since like I said, we've been working on this podcast. You know what I mean? We've also been in other projects with like this new magazine called Fuego. It's a cannabis magazine. And we also been doing like voiceovers for this other cartoon. So it's like, we've been busy all over the place. So, and on top of the fact that Miss Ruby over here is pregnant. So it's just a lot going on to keep up with a book. So, you know what I mean? And plus we stoners, let's keep it real. We take breaks, we take smoker breaks. And since, because before I knew you as a not smoker. As a matter of fact, I remember the time when I went to your house and I was trying to smoke and you was just like, nah, you got to go outside. And I was like, damn, but it's cold outside. But I still went outside to smoke because I was like, nah, I'm going to be respectful because, you know what I mean? But it's cold outside. I don't want to smoke outside. So now we need to find out when and how did we start smoking this thing?
Came about the hard way, actually. I no longer live in New York. I live in Arizona.
Right.
When I left New York, I moved here and they diagnosed me with cancer. And that was just like the first thing that the oncologist was like, because I started having muscle spasms with the chemo, and he was like, medical marijuana it is. So he did the paperwork for me to get a card, and it's just been that ever since.
Oh, wow, honey. I didn't even know that. Okay.
Yeah.
How are we doing in our treatment now? In your treatment?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I'm finishing up in October. I see him October 10th. That's the last, and I'm done with that. So yeah.
That's glad. Yep. So does that mean like we're in remission, or what does that mean exactly?
Well, the thing is, with my type of cancer, I have had stomach cancer. So they removed the tumor, but they kept me on chemo as a cautionary to make sure it didn't come back again. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I mean, they're constantly checking to make sure, but they just wanted me to stay on top of the chemo and just to, kind of keep it safe.
Well, awesome. We actually know a couple of people that live in Arizona, including the creator of the cartoon that we're working with, 419 show. And I believe one of the other guests we have are in Arizona as well. I believe Arizona, it's legal, right? So you get recreational or medical weed.
Yeah. Before it was like that before COVID, and then now it's just like bigger than it was. So
and
the dispensaries was selling medical. Now they do both recreational and medical. So
okay, fantastic, Queen. And what's your preferred like, do you prefer indicas or sativas usually?
I just y'all don't even know. Like, I just mix in everything, the food. I don't care what it is, as long as it just, I don't care.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the medical shit, I mean, because I've always thought.
No, the medical is way more potent than
that's what I was
recreational.
thinking.
And the food is 10 times worse. Like, I went to the hospital because I was just like, yo, I don't know what that was, but y'all need to fix this. Like, how we reverse it? And he was like, oh boy, how much did you eat? And I told him, he said, who told you to eat that? Like, what you mean? Nobody said don't eat all of it. It's food.
I hear you.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with edibles. You gotta be real careful with edibles.
Listen, I learned the hard way. Okay, I learned the hard way. I called 911. They came and they laughing. I was like, y'all think this shit is funny? Like, what?
You called 911?
Yeah. I mean, listen. I didn't know how much to eat, so I bought a chicken wrap. And it was big, like a hero. I didn't know you wasn't supposed to eat the whole sandwich. And I ate the whole sandwich. So my heart rate was like 250. I was like, I'm about to die.
Oh, Lord. And thank God. No, we ain't going to kill you.
The medical is worse than the recreational. So, but I just mix it. I don't have a preference. And people say, how not? Because when you have a card, you have access. You just go, whatever they say is on sale, I'll take it.
And the fact is, hey, you know what I mean? Because I used to be on the West Coast, I know that the West Coast has variety. You know what I'm saying? There's all kind of things and shit. And with your medical card, the variety is way fucking larger.
It's bigger. Yep, it is. Right now, I'm doing I like the vape pens, so I do, because those are mixed. More sativa than indica, but I like the vape pens.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah. And so, how often do you medicate a day?
I was contemplating if I should smoke before I came on here, because y'all wasn't gonna see me if we smoke on the show, right? I mean, I told you to watch an episode or two.
No, you wouldn't have saw me if I did, because I smoke and go to sleep.
Okay. Okay, we get you.
I smoke and go night. Like, I ain't got time to be playing.
Night. You want to go night?
Yeah.
You mentioned children, raising babies. How many kids do you have, and how old are they?
I have grown people. My daughter.
I was about to say that right before when she said it. I was about to say she ain't got no children. Grown ass women and men in her house, if they even in her house. But I'm not telling your business. I'm not telling your business.
My daughter's 27, my son is 24, and my youngest will be 16. So.
Dang. Okay, so you don't need a sitter. That's for damn sure.
No, not even when they was young. I didn't.
Yeah, it never ends though. You know, the parenting thing. I got my mom here with me, not in this room, but she's visiting me right now, and she's helping me with the kids a little bit. And she still tells me to put my hair up, and it was irritating, like, for the longest time. But it's like, you know what? There's gonna be a moment where I'm gonna miss you saying that shit, and I'm just gonna wish that you were yelling at me for something. So it never does.
When I was younger, I had it good. You know, I always had somebody there to watch them. Now that they're older, it just makes it 10 times easier.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and I was just about to ask you about them. Excuse the New York noise, because it's New York City. But
how are your girls? Because the last time I saw them, they were little, and the baby wasn't even born at that time.
I mean, shoot, Africa is 24, and the main thing she likes to tell you is, "I'm grown." Like,
yeah, my daughter says that.
5-minute conversation with her, the first thing she gonna say, "I'm grown." I'm grown.
Yeah.
And you know, I saw her. I happened to actually seen her recently because of some sadness in my family. My grandmother passed away. She
my condolences.
Yeah, she was 96 years old. She passed away on her favorite holiday, Labor Day, because if she would have been alive, she would have been on the Parkway. You know how the Parkway get down, especially since you know we coming back from that pandemic. The Parkway this year was ridiculously lit. So you know what I mean. It kind of seemed, you know, crazy that's the day that she loved to be out there, and that's the day that she left the world. You know, so. And so I happened to see Africa, and you know, at the funeral, that was one of the main things she kept telling people that, you know, was recognized. I was like, "Oh, you're Africa," and you know, because Africa still looks like she's 15, you know, but you know, as soon as she was telling people I'm 24, as soon as she said I'm 24, the next statement, "I'm grown." I'm here with my mother, but I'm grown. No, I don't live. I live by myself. I'm grown. No, that's right. Job. See, I work somewhere because I'm grown. No, because I used to go to Panama all the time. That's how come everybody know me, because I'm grown. But that was funny. So you know, but the 13.
And no, your youngest was born. I think she was 2. The last time I saw you, she was turning 2. I think.
My middle child, you talking about, right?
No, the baby.
Oh yeah, Anaya. Yeah, Anaya is now 7, and
oh wow.
And right now the 13-year-old and the 7-year-old, they are currently on punishment based on the fact that the other day I picking up Anaya from school, and 2 random ladies walked up to me and told me that apparently my children, who were going to the park every day by themselves, apparently have been cussing them out like grown-ass women for 2 whole summers.
Oh, wow.
And they've been trying to find me to tell me about it. And when they bumped into me, it was me and the youngest one. And the youngest one immediately snitched out herself and was like, "Yeah, I was just doing the same thing that a goddess was doing." Yeah, now both of y'all are in trouble because y'all shouldn't be cussing out people in these streets. Never mind New York streets. Never mind, because you know how people in New York City get down. Because even me, if somebody child cussing me out, it's going to take it's going to take some serious thing for me not to knock the motherfucker out. So that alone. So they are currently in trouble right now because of that. But yes, that is the status of my 2 kids right now, because you know they losing their mind. But the grown one, she being grown somewhere, wherever she doing, you know, she in her own skin, telling somebody else in the world she grown.
She grown.
She's somewhere telling somebody right now that she grown.
There's only, if I know one thing about Kai's young queens, it's that they're only scared of one person, and that ain't God. They're only scared of their mama. You know, and you probably know. Oh, we met at a party that was hosted by one of our mutual friends. Mm-hmm. And when I saw, just like you had mentioned, there was some about Kai, I could sense, you know, I just felt like, hey, you know, and it wasn't on some like thirst trap shit or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It was because I like women. And of course she's beautiful and all that, but it wasn't like that. It was more like an admiration.
She's just so chill.
Yeah. And she's a star. She's a fucking star. You can't deny it. And so when we was over there chilling, I just kept trying to talk to her.
Oh damn. We had a pause in the internet. Or that's a pause on me. What the fuck? Everybody wake the fuck up. What happened?
Queen, can you hear?
Okay, we back. Good.
Well, long story short, I had invited her to lunch. I think we kind of forgot about it. And then the whole motherhood, sex, marijuana, idea came up. We started meeting together. It was actually more than just me and Kai. It was like just us and a group of other women who we all like really have respect for. They just didn't last in this, you know what I mean? We were the ones that really believed in this movement. And so we just became partners and we became friends. And now I would consider her family very much. So
Aww.
That's just how it happened, you know?
Where do you live at?
Right now I'm in Portland, but we met when we were both living in Seattle.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm mad at Kai because when I moved over here, we were supposed to hook up, and then she decides she wants to move back to New York on me. But it's all good.
I mean, girl, I had to come back. You know what I mean? It just, the way things happen, everything happened for a reason, and literally, it happened to happen. That I had to come back. You feel me? And
yeah,
you know, I ain't even mad because honestly, not only for like just on a personal note, but also just for the podcast too, just being on both ends as far as a weed smoker. Cause literally, I remember buying from niggas on corners and in basements in somebody's apartment, you know what I'm saying? Somebody's daughter got knocked off by the feds or whoever, and I'm still trying to buy a 20 bag. I don't give a fuck. And he's still trying to sell me a 20 bag because he still got weed that the cops, obviously they ain't find. You know what I'm saying? So, I remember that to now being able to walk into the store. Yo, bodegas got weed now? Bodegas, nigga. I'm talking about the Habibi on the corner looking at you talking about, oh, you want a zigzag? I got what goes in the zigzag too, you know.
There you go.
I got what go in there too. I got that. You want it? I got it.
Wow. Mm-hmm. And Queen, you sound like such a strong woman. You know, your strength is in a lot of the things that you're not saying. It's just energetically I'm picking up, you know.
Kind of, I just I observe and then I just let loose. She learned the hard way. She learned the hard way. I was like, Kai, you want to hang out with me? She's like, where? I was like, a day party. She's like, a day party? I ain't never been to no day party. I said, me neither. But we was invited and Little Kim gonna be there. She was like, I'm going Brooklyn in the house.
What?
Oh, hell yeah, I remember that. It was a day party, and Little Kim literally was like one of the times when Little Kim looked so fucking good. Like I could tell you, like, and first of all, you could tell in pictures. I mean, shit. Sometimes she takes some pictures and she looks fucking hot, and then in some pictures that she looks like some kind of plastic ass white doll. And it's
when you up close and personal like that, the way we was, you got to see the beauty in her. A lot of people trash talk, oh, she did surgery. If y'all have money, y'all do the same thing. Like, stop it.
Real shit.
No, she represent, I don't care what she look like, she always gonna be the queen. She's always gonna be the queen.
With you there. Shout out to Queen B, man. I feel like she gave a lot of people permission, especially who weren't quite sure of themselves at such a time where we didn't have all this like expression. You know what I mean? She gave a lot of people
me permission to be raunchy and not even care.
And honest with it and unapologetic. And so that's so empowering. And she paved the way for these Nicki Minaj's and whomever else have come up behind her that are doing the same thing for younger generations.
But she's not getting the credit that she deserves. But yeah, she's always gonna be in my top. That's my girl. So
I love that.
I like to sit back.
Oh my God, I didn't know y'all met. I didn't know you met Queen B. Oh, that's so dope.
Yo, that's one thing about the being on the East Coast too. It's like because you know what I mean. People walk around, they do shit. You know what I mean. They be in the street sometimes. They, you know what I mean. That you could just fucking meet them in the street. Never mind when they have a little concert and shit. And literally, this day party was in this cute ass club, and I remember the main reason why I got to get up close pictures of her was because I fucking snuck into the little VIP section. I was like, nah, I'm gonna come right here and take pictures of her. And I remember I almost grabbed her earring because one of her earrings fell and the shit fell next to me. But the dude, the security dude, he grabbed that motherfucker real fast. I was like, not like I was gonna keep it. I just, you know what I'm saying, my bad. I wasn't keeping it. I just want to touch it real quick. That's all. I just want to touch it. But yeah,
you said the R word. You said raunchy. How raunchy do you get?
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, raunchy. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Okay. Man, I love nasty shit. I just love the I don't know if it's a taboo, I guess, in it or something that makes me feel like, oh, this is naughty. There's very few things that make me feel that way nowadays, but I'm not talking about like, damn, that's just a little too extreme. I'm talking about just some nasty, juicy, wet sex. You know what I mean? Maybe with a stranger.
Look, you do some shit and be like, what my mother think of me?
Okay, there you go.
Oh, man.
And then that's when you gotta go be like, listen, ma, there's a point where you gotta mind your business. There's a point where you gotta mind your business.
No. You say, I know what you used to do back in your day, so don't judge me for what I'm doing in my day. Like,
okay,
nobody's innocent. It's what you want people to know. Okay,
right?
No.
And you know what? Our mamas could probably run circles around us with the nastiness that they could have been in.
Exactly.
Who knows?
They won't tell us that though, but it's okay. I don't want to know.
Oh no. I'd rather think about, you know what I'm saying, that my mama made me have sex with 2 dudes, baby. That's the most I'm gonna give her. It's 2. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Well, how many siblings you got?
You got more than that.
Well, I know that. That's why I just said maybe 2.
Nice try, sweetheart.
Lord have mercy. I think I revealed it.
And then of course, see now my dad, you know, because my dad used to take care of my grandmother. So now that, you know, she's no longer here, you know what I'm saying, my husband made sure to remind him. He's like, yo, you know your dad gonna be fucking right. I was like, see, first of all, why I don't need to know what he gonna be doing. Why I don't need to know.
You could have kept that to yourself.
Like, I'm not thinking about who he gonna be fucking. Or if he gonna be fucking. He's like, nah, he got a whole lot of extra time. He gonna be fucking. Yeah, all right, whatever, fucker.
I may or may not have revealed this, but one of my siblings and I found a sex tape with my parents.
Oh yeah, you said that on the show before. You definitely said that on the show.
If that happened to me, I could not watch it. I would probably be so sick. I just couldn't. Like, I wouldn't want her seeing shit that I do, so I just can't imagine. I just no, I couldn't. I can't.
I couldn't watch all of it, but I watched a little bit.
Did you learn anything? Look, did you pick up anything?
I learned get a motherfucking safe if you don't want things to be seen, man.
You didn't learn any new moves or any maneuvers or anything.
It was not cute. I didn't watch all. I couldn't watch all of it.
I'm about to say, why would you need? You would need to have watched the whole shit in order to jot notes down and all kind of fuck shit. Nah.
It freaked me out because I was a young kid. I was less than 2 digits old when I found this. You know what I'm saying?
And see, it's tarnished your memories and your thoughts forever. That's why you shouldn't have watched it.
And you know what? It's why, like, I have a problem with being so loud during sex when, like, I'm, you know, in the house with, you know, other people, family members, because I heard them fucking a lot, like, straight up. And that part was worse than watching that because I was able to just like turn it off. I couldn't turn it off in the middle of the night. when I was just trying to get some sleep for school, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, you're supposed to like create distraction. Even though they know what you're doing, you turn the TV up extra louder, turn the radio up or something. They'll know what's going on, but they won't hear you fully, you know? So
Dang. And you know what I had to reveal to my mom? Like as an adult, I had to like break down and tell her that bothered me. And she apologized, which I respect because at the end of the day, I don't feel like she owes me any apologies. She didn't mean to. It's not like she, you know, she was getting her thing on and she thought she had the safety or the luxury of doing that in private. It was not so. I never told her about this. So it gets deep, but at the same time, I appreciated that because that shit fucked me up, honestly. Like
yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. And I think it was just because on some real shit, it was in fact arousing, but then you have to like, no, you can't be aroused. You know, this is disgusting. Yeah. But it's just so natural where it's like, I'm so conflicted because of course my upbringing and plus you're a little kid that don't know shit. You never had sex. And I was actually masturbating during that time too. So I remember like all these confusing thoughts about sex with no answers, no guidance, just kind of shame everywhere, you know? Mm-hmm. Dang, that took a turn.
Now, see, Sean, this is why I told you to make sure and watch a couple of our episodes because I need you to understand when you hear certain words coming out of that one's mouth, you'll be like, oh, okay, yes. No,
it's all good. I've been it's a part of life. You. Every conversation.
I've been forewarned about you, yes. But because this is my hippie one right here. This is the hippie.
Listen, I'd rather her be open and honest than a closed book. So.
Oh hell yeah, and that's one of the things that you know, motherhood, sex, marijuana is all about. It's about, you know, making this a safe space to chat about everything and anything. You know what I mean? Shit, you know what I mean? And of course, the middle subject is, you know, sex. So what can we get in your sexual businesses? Do we have a man? What we doing? What we doing?
Well, I don't put titles. I don't like titles.
I feel it.
So I have sexual friends. Yeah, okay. I don't do that whole "you're my man." I don't do that because I don't want to feel like I don't like being asked where you at, what time you coming home. I don't like none. Don't ask me no questions. I don't like asking questions, and I don't like being asked questions.
Word.
So we could be friends, and if I like you enough, then we could be smashing. But don't ask me no questions. Like that's what we're not gonna do. But yeah, I do have one. And it's weird because we've been together for I want to say maybe 12 years, but it's not a relationship. It's not a relationship. It's just a straight friendship that does a lot of nasty shit.
Beautiful.
Hey, and beautiful. Obviously he has, you know, he is aware of the understanding. He is definitely in compliance with the understanding and has no problem going forward. You know, which is one of the things we talk about on this podcast all the time. It's about, you know, just about having, you know, if you're gonna have a relationship like that, everybody need to know, everybody need to be on the same page, everybody need to know what's going on, and nobody need to feel no kind of way because it's all on the table. You ain't nobody hiding shit.
Well, my theory is what's understood doesn't need to be explained. Word. You can do whatever you want and I can do whatever I want. Just protect yourself and I protect myself. But when me and you together, that's a whole different situation. And it's weird because we, okay, I'm putting it out there. We travel to do our little sexcapades. It's not a home, and you know me for years, Kai. So when I say I'm traveling, yeah, we traveling. I'm riding that pony. So
nice. Nice.
Yes. I love it.
So I just came back from Chicago. So that was one of our mini sexcapade things that we did, and without giving too much information out, I don't want nobody that knows that I was going to be like, that's it, well, whatever. So the thing is, you find a sex scene in a movie, and say we gonna do that. We gonna do that. Yeah. So
yo, that's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
That sex goes like a motherfucker. I like that.
Wait, so he sent me the video of I don't even know what movie it was from, but a lady and a guy in the window, because in Chicago the hotels have ceiling to floor windows and it's open. And the ladies, and he's like, that's us. And I was like, say less, let's go, let's get it popping. So needless to say, whoever was in all of that building across from us got more than what the fuck they was asking for.
Lucky day.
I mean, shit, if they made a video and they making money, they owe you something. They owe you something.
If they made a video, more power to them, because
PayPal, motherfucker, pay me.
That's beautiful.
Deposit that check.
Yeah, no, I don't know. When it comes to doing that, it's just whatever. Anything and everything goes. And when you have a commitment with somebody like that, it's just a natural thing and you just automatically know. So that's why I say I don't want to say, we're not saying no relationship, no nothing. We're just best of friends because it's been years and just doing grown people shit. That's it. So, I mean, if somebody so happen to see us doing grown, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. So
shit, you live with your mother. If that's shit, living with best life was a that's live that shit. Shit.
Kudos to you and to your
that
partner.
Motherfucker. That's right.
Yeah, that is some G shit. I hope everybody's taking notes because I definitely am. I never did.
What? Excuse me, husband.
Listen, it's a give and a take situation. You just gotta set your boundaries, respect them, and don't cross them. Yeah, we bump heads, but everybody bumps heads. You bump heads with your kids. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if he and I bump heads, we just kind of figure out how to work our way around it, because at the end of the day, it's about our friendship. Everything else comes along with it. So, I mean, we just have an amazing time, and that's it. That's pretty much it. So,
and that's the best.
This world is too big. The world is too big for you not to be doing some nasty shit in it. That's for sure.
Thank you, man. I have not fucked for like months.
Not enjoy it for.
Oh no, I feel bad for you. I did enough for me and you both.
Oh man, Kai got, she got her husband. I'm sure, they be doing that thing too.
I mean, look here, listen. The fact is that because we remind each other all the time of be like, remember that time we did something? Yeah, remember that shit? That shit was nice. That shit was some fuck shit. That was some fuck shit we did. We could have went to fucking jail, but you know what I'm saying? And those make memories. Those are the fucking memories that you gotta take into your fucking, you know what I'm saying, into your old age and shit. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Well, listen, and it keeps you young, It keeps you young. It definitely keeps you young. So
and the fact is that by the way you sound, it sound like this is a person that you have longevity with. So you know what I mean. So in the years where where you get to the point where y'all just sitting and chilling and enjoying some retirement home. You could literally be sitting there and be like, yo, remember that time?
We ain't gonna be talking. We still gonna be doing shit. What you talking about talking? We still gonna be doing shit.
I mean, shit. I say sitting because before at least when it come to me and my husband, before we get into the house, we sit there and talk and smoke shit and be like, yo, remember that? Remember that shit? Yeah, take that. Remember that shit? Yeah. And that's when he get up and put his. But that's
yeah.
But what I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying. there's a moment of sitting and chilling and smoking before we get to the nasty. You know what I'm saying? Before we get to the nasty.
Oh, you good. I don't go through that phase. We listen. We already know what we came here for. The hell with all that small talk. We seen the movie. Let's reenact it. Fuck it.
I hear that. You know what? I miss giving oral. You know what I mean? Because it you know, when I would say when you're like in a domestic situation and you know you have it at you know whatever beck and call in a sense, it's just like I took it for granted, you know what I'm saying? Or being with somebody or speaking about spending time with the one that you're passionate or into that way. You know, we're just talking so much. Why aren't we having like sex 10 times a day? You know what I'm saying? Things like that. So I know it's all a balance, but there is something about giving head, that fellatio or cunnilingus. I'm thinking more on the lines of fellatio. So is that one of your things too? Do you like to do that?
I don't know. I be feeling like a porn star. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't even gonna lie. Like,
let me find out. We got different wigs and we got different names for each wig.
No, stop playing. I do. Like,
shit. Because the reason why I even mentioned that, because I remember. Was it your IG page? One of them, like you had a page, where you used to take some pictures,
IG page.
You used to take some pictures.
Yeah, I used to call it the thirst trap. They was calling it the thirst trap.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
But she had like 300 likes in like 10 minutes. I be looking at this shit like, what the? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So
they used to call me the queen of thirst trap. I'm like, I'm just taking pictures. I don't know what to talk about. Like, it's all good. Nah, I don't know. You just take on a whole nother role. Like, I don't want to be the mom. You know, I don't want to be that person. Right. I want to be Debbie Does Dallas. I want to be that. Like, I don't want to be. Can I get some cereal, mom? No, I want to be pour the milk on me, mom. You know?
Right.
Yeah. Dang, I could learn a lot from you guys.
Oh, tell you.
But I've been out of the game for a little bit. There's a reason for that. You know, I'm trying to kind of just refocus. I'm very, I would say, sexually stimulated. I'm polyamorous. I'm very sexual, but now it's just like I was kidding on another podcast. I still haven't bought myself another dildo, and I have I'm able to do it. Like I know exactly, you know, where to get it at a good price, but I feel like I'm trying to prove something to myself, you know, like, what
are you trying to behave yourself?
Well, I'm trying to, because like I said, I was giving my pussy out like stickers. You know what I mean? Like it was too much where there was
You just started.
Yeah.
Again, why I was saying you needed to watch an episode or two to get to know this one. But yes, my girl was doing, you know, she was being a little free. She was being freely, a little free. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
free. It's okay as long as you know when to take breaks. And now we gotta
kind of rein it in a little.
Okay.
We gotta kind of rein it in.
Yeah. You gotta take breaks in between.
That's what this is. This is a break. I found myself pregnant, and as I revealed in another podcast, I'm not sure who the baby father is. Because of my recklessness, because motherfuckers should. But I'm sorry, there are times where you don't. And so
listen, there's nothing wrong with that, because you got chicks out here who have kids by fathers and they deadbeats. So if you don't know, you ain't missing nothing. You ain't missing nothing. An argument that you don't have to have with somebody who you do know. That's it.
There are pros and cons, you know. I mean, it definitely was a slap in the face, because I used to, and this is probably the lesson I'm learning, because I used to shame people for their choices as if I even had a clue as to what they were going through. So it's like, that's why I feel like this is a really safe place where you can just let loose and express yourself without any judgment. And so long story short, no, it's, I have an idea, but that's another reason why I had to draw back, because it's like, I don't really want to put burdens on anybody, particularly unnecessarily. You know what I mean? And I was starting to do that, and I had to pull myself back, like, damn, no, hold up, bitch. He doesn't even deserve any of your wrath right now. Maybe if you need silence, you need time to just be by yourself. You'll know who the baby father is when that baby's born. I probably don't even need a blood test. I'll know. But it's just that the fact that I can't say,
hey, on some real shit, that shit is only important when it comes to collecting child support.
Exactly.
I give a fuck.
And I'm not asking for that.
That shit is only important when it comes to collecting child support.
Exactly.
Right now, what's important is your mental state, your mental health, and how that baby comes into the world in a happy, situation with, love from you and the child's current siblings, which is, your two young kids. You know what I'm saying? Right. Fuck that. That's how I feel about it. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, none of us can be walking around judging each other about, different, you know what I mean? Because we all walk in different paths, you know what I mean? Or, you know what I mean? So ain't nobody perfect. Ain't nobody, you know what I mean? Just completely, unsinful and shit. You know what I mean? Some of us is doing more dirt than others. At the end of the day, we all human. It's all about how you live your life and how you feel about you. You know what I mean? Because you gotta look you in the mirror on a regular basis.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And shit, I say it all the time. My mind be playing tricks on me, because real talk, your own mind, when at moments when you're just completely like silent and shit, your own mind will remind you of a mistake or a lesson that you need to learn. You know what I mean? A place, bring you to a place where you show you, this is where you need to improve. Your own mind will have you do that. So as long as you fixing yourself around you and your circle, fuck everybody else, fuck out of here.
Exactly.
And self-love, right? Self-love.
Yep.
Queen, how are you able to, or what's the first business you started? And what would be your advice to single moms that are trying to do business and raise children at the same time?
It's hard. That's first of all, it's hard. Just being, number one, a single parent is hard within itself, So I take my hat off to all the single parents out there, whether if it's just a single dad or a single mom. Can't just leave the men out the situation. The first project, I couldn't even tell you, because I've been doing stuff ever since I was like in my early 20s. Oh man, I had my hand in everything from film to music. It wasn't until I met Kai when I actually started taking writing serious. So I would have to say back then is when I started with the whole writing thing and wanted to venture out and do the writing. But there's pretty much nothing that I haven't put my hands on. And again, it's hard when you have kids and you're trying to be successful. You need them to be on board and conduct themselves. Like she said, she put her kids on punishment. That's what you got to do to stay, to keep your house together and to keep your business successful. If you have to ground your kids, you have to ground your kids. They can't be running around like a poop hut and you trying to, level them up for them in the future. So that's what I'm dealing with right now. I took on this next business venture with my books kind of tie into my clothing brand that I'm doing. It just worked out that way to where it just carried in from the books. The books was probably the most hardest thing that as much stuff that I've done. I think the books was the most hardest thing because you have to become every character. From my experience of writing, you can't just say, I'm going to write. You have to identify with each person and create these characters and how they would react to certain situations if you want your book to be successful. And it's hard. And once I published my first book, I'm a self-published author. People will come to me, oh, can you help me? Can you help me? And I swear, now I see why when I needed help, people wouldn't help me, because you have those who are serious and those who are not. So your time is worth money. It's actually worth more than money. So you have people coming to you who are just talking, and you're giving them your time, but they're not following through with what they say that they want to do. And that's time taken away from many projects you could have been doing, or helping those who are actually serious about it. But I did, I gave advice to a few people, but one person in particular, she didn't fully do what I was helping her do. So I kind of like took over, and I know I shouldn't have, but took over her story, because it's just like I got tired of people taking my time from me and not finishing it. So I was like, yo, just leave it here and let me, again, the same shit with Kai. Just let me do what I do. And she's like, oh, thank you, whatever. I didn't give it my 100%, but she got like 50% of me put into that book. And that's better than nothing, because if I didn't put 50%, she wouldn't have a published book, you know? So, wow. I mean, I've done 2 cross-country book tours.
Nice.
I flew, that's when you guys were in Seattle, remember?
Yeah,
I flew into Seattle, rented a car, drove up to British Columbia, and drove all the way down to California. But I did that twice though, because we actually ended up in Tijuana. So I went from East Coast to West Coast, distributing my first book into the stores and everything. I mean, Kai told me a lot about that, like putting it in stores and everything you have to do. So once she gave me the information, it was only her and another girl that helped me. No other authors was out there offering advice. And it's just like, I understand now why, but if you see somebody that's passionate, I'm not trying to take nothing from you. I'm trying to build my own. And I think Kai saw that in me, and she was like, no, we're going to rock together and we're going to get this done. And like, we turned up at many events, supporting each other. I did the book expo in Canada. Kai wasn't able to make it. So I was like, yo, just give me your stuff and I'll take it. We're going to rock together. Like, I'm all about helping people. I'm a people person, and I believe in helping people. It takes a lot, you know, to say I'm going to work on yourself and try to help others in a process. So, but then you build great bridges, you know, with people when you do that. So when I moved, before I left, I did the second book. I wasn't promoting the second book as much because, again, I have multiple health conditions other than having cancer, and I was in and out the hospital with these things. So when I published the second book, I was just like, okay, I'm going to pack up and leave and see what happens after that. And look what happened. It actually turned into a clothing brand. So the one thing that I can say, if you got a dream, don't ever give up on that. Like, my dreams is what keep me getting up every morning. People say, oh no, your kids. Yeah, when my kids needed me, that got me up in the morning. But I got a house full of adults. Like, they don't need me. They get up, they go to work, they do their own thing. So now my dreams is what's keeping me going. I got to get up. I got to make these sales. I got to make sure that my content is being put out there. So that's the advice that I would have to give to anybody trying to do anything. I don't care what it is. Whatever it is you're trying to do in life, just don't give up. Because I met Kai like 10 years. No, my oldest is probably 12 to 13 years now. I've known Kai.
Yeah.
But when she met me, I was I was already established. I just wasn't doing what she was doing. And then she put me on to how to do this. So that's why, you know, you just kind of find people that take you serious and you take them serious, and y'all just rock out from there. So,
because literally, beautiful. I mean, honestly, that's when I look back at how I started as an author, that's how I started as an author. Really just, you know, you know what I mean? I reached out to a lot of different authors for advice, and only a couple of people hit me back with, like, you know, half information or a little piece of this, a little piece of that. But, you know, there was like 1 or 2 people that was definitely like, yo, this is what you need to do. This is how this goes. this is what's going wrong with you. This is what you need to do to fix it. You know what I mean? And just like you, I definitely realized that, okay, I get it. When, you know, when the people that was coming at you with the half information, they expected you to actually, you know what I mean? They wanted to see if you were serious enough to actually get the full information. So they only gave you half to you know what I mean? So to see if you were motivated to go get the full, you know, and because I was always motivated to get the full shit, I just kept going and shit. But yes, there were some people who was dead ass like, nah, I'm not helping shit, because, and I get it.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to help.
But that's what everything.
You know what I mean?
That's what everything.
If I'm not serious about it, it don't make no sense for you to put all your, you know, energy into talking to me about help when I probably ain't serious about, you know, doing what I claim I'm doing.
Yeah. Well, it's not even just about that. It's about not just books, but anything.
Anything.
Some people just don't want to see you be successful. They rather sit back and watch you fail. So I don't even know what is going on in their mind that they do that. But the one thing about me is I'm going to keep doing me. I'm going to figure it out one way or another. And not only am I going to figure it out, I'm going to rise to the top. Kai, you already know, like,
exactly.
I just, you know, I stopped asking questions. I don't ask people questions no more. You know why? Because the internet, you could Google anything. Exactly. And the internet will guide you on that path, and then you could take it from there and just keep going from there. I'm not asking nobody else anything else. I mean, literally, you and another girl were the only two people that get, and I'm like, yo, all of these people, I'm buying their books, I'm reading, nobody's answering me. And it's just like, okay, maybe they felt like that. Maybe they didn't know and just didn't want to say, or maybe they didn't want to see me, you know, what I was going to do. And it's just like, nah, I know one thing. When I did my book trailer, I blew them out the water.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
Exactly.
I know when I did my book trailer, I blew it out the water. So I don't know. I mean, the best thing to do is believe in yourself and just don't stop dreaming. Follow your dreams, because they will come true. Put the work in. You have to put the work in. You're just not gonna wake up and it's gonna be in your lap.
That's absolutely not. Absolutely not. And literally, even with this podcast, yo, let me tell you something. One of the main things we've had, I mean, on both ends, Ruby has had, you know, family members that has hit her up like, yo, I watched the show. I don't like what you be saying on the show. I don't like this. I don't like that. I've had family members actually hone in on a specific, you know, statement. Like I sometimes our show is you know, an hour and a half long, but you honing in on one little statement I said, you know, at the 35 mark. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, so did you watch the whole show, or did you just get to that 35 mark and wanted to have something to criticize me on? Because last time I checked, the fuck, Nipsey Hussle. Last time I checked, I don't understand. Like the name of the game is you gotta live your life how you see fit. You know what I mean? You gotta pursue your dreams. You can't let somebody or sitting on the side and tell you that it can't be done. It can be done, and it will be done. And half the time, really, the advice we get, at least the advice I get, in order to grow not only my own platform but this platform too, has been just, you know, watching other fucking people doing what the fuck I do. Shit, motherfuckers, they drop little hints right in front of you and shit, and you're just like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna pick that up and do that too. So, you know, so half the time you ain't even gotta ask nobody no fucking questions. You just watch movements and either imitate or create based on what you see. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Word.
Absolutely. And the creative process is really a God-given, like it's natural. We are always going to have our creative juices. It's just like, do we have the courage, or do we have the discipline, the wherewithal to just get it started and to do something? And so this is probably one of like my most favorite projects. But like yourselves, I too like have a lot of different interests. I love to rap, you know, I love to do a lot of different things even, and something that have nothing to do with creativity. Like I'm really into property management for some reason. I'm just like so into it because as a single mom, it's helped me to stay housed and have a job and want kind of have like a flexibility just depending on who I'm working for. So trying to shift my mindset from, you know, these are just dues that I'm paying right now, but I know that it's going to come in handy as we're walking into our $1 million year, right? We're declaring that.
Yeah.
So I'm just like really proud of you guys for really doing it. One of the people in your community who I watch a lot, his name is 19 Keys. And he said, and also Shaka Bars, both two amazing Black leaders within your community, have said, if you want to be successful, you should build with a Black woman. And when I heard that, it wasn't like, oh my God, that means I'm like less than. No, it was more like, we all need to build with Black women, whether you're talking in a romantic sense as another Black man or as something. I think that that's what they were trying to say, because my experience with Black women such as yourself is just strength, empowerment. It's almost a quiet suffering that you don't really even talk about as if anyone would even understand. So it's just like, and that's why I'm so big on giving my queens their flowers, is because I just see that it's just not happening enough in our day to day and in our society. And because you guys truly are like you guys are the queens, the melanin in your skin. It never was supposed to be a negative thing. It's the most beautiful thing. And I refuse to be led by any society that says otherwise. So I really love you guys for not only doing what you want to do and what you feel is right for you, but helping other people along the way. And just as you said, like, no one can stop anyone's growth. So it's like, you might as well give abundantly, because it only shows who you are and it comes back to you anyways. Like, it just comes back like mathematics, you know what I'm saying? And I think our intentions need to be also checked, because a lot of people I realize that have helped me are really not my friends. There's a difference. You know, I think Mike Tyson said about that. Not everybody you try to fight is your enemy, and not everybody who helps you is your friend. Yeah. And I had to come with not only losing my religion, I had to regain my culture, like my Samoan culture as a Samoan person who comes from an island that really exists. You know, Moana ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? We some real
Moana. Lord, why we gotta cuss out Moana? Why we gotta cuss out Moana though?
Not Moana, but I'm just saying, like, there's a real people as to why this story exists. Like, my people are real navigators of the sea. We've never gotten our flowers. We've been kind of like subjugated to the white man too. It's like, okay, well, and this is what my greedy ass leaders have done. Okay, white man, go ahead and let me just sell my people out for all this money and shit. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. So it's like but if the Black community and the Native Americans can't get their justice, then there's no fucking hope for anybody else. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a big old thing. But I love spaces like this where we can give our queens their flowers. What would be do you think a challenge when it comes to parenting? What's the biggest challenge when it comes to parenting adults?
The biggest challenge is hearing, I'm grown.
No. The biggest challenge for me is, oh, you're legal, let's go get fucked up together. That's my biggest challenge.
Speaking of smoking weed with your children.
That's my biggest challenge. Like, your friends don't want to hang out, I ain't got none. What you want to do? Yeah, that's my biggest challenge.
That's beautiful. That's a good problem to have.
Yeah, that's it. Like, I couldn't wait for my kids to get grown, so I don't have to treat them like kids anymore. Whatever they took as children, if they used it for their good, then cool. If they didn't, still cool. You know, I just want to see them win at life, whatever it is. So the biggest challenge that I face now is people saying, well, you act just like your kids. Well, duh, they're mine. Like, you know, so I have no complaints whatsoever. I really like legit last night we were playing hide and seek in my house. So
oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, that's what happened when you hit the vape pen and say, oh, let's
yeah.
That's why I didn't vape before the show. I don't know what y'all would have got out of me today.
Yeah.
Man. You know what? See? Kudos for that. See, I wish my mom.
I'm always gonna remain a kid at heart. I don't care what anybody say. Oh, act your age. Like, the hell does that mean?
What does that mean?
The fuck does that mean?
Yeah, exactly. Like, act my age. I ain't dead the last time I checked. So as long as I can laugh and love, I'm going to laugh and love, and I'm gonna have as much fun as possible. So, and my kids are a part of that. Like, I don't want them to feel like because I'm their mother, again, that's a title. Just because you came out of me, okay, I birthed you, but I don't want you to say I'm like your sergeant when you say mom. When you say mom, no, you look at me as your friend that you can trust. You know, we could go through stuff together. I'm human, just like you human. We cry together, we yell at each other, we do all of that. You're not
and
just
you have gone through stuff together. Hello, you're my kids. So wherever, from the minute you came out of my pum pum, you were in my life. Therefore, you went through everything I went through. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So you know what I mean. You were there through the thick and thin. So therefore, you know what it is more than anybody.
At my worst, they seen me dating the worst. You know, they were young then, and I don't regret them seeing what they saw because now they know what not to do. You know, so it kind of molded them into certain things. Nobody's perfect, you know. So either you learn from your mistakes or you keep making those mistakes. I learned from those mistakes. I'm not gonna be around people who want to physically put their hands on you or disrespect you with words. If you can't talk to me, even when you mad, if you call me anything or say anything disrespectful, then we need to learn how to talk, you know? And the problem is you don't want to walk away to calm down, and I don't want to walk away. So if we can't see eye to eye, then there's no need for us to have that. I don't need to be around you. Like, because when you say things when you're in a heated moment, that's when the truth come out, you know? So no, we'll just walk away, take a second, regroup, and come back. So my kids have learned a lot seeing me deal with negative situations and even with the positive situations. So, but parenting adults is like, if they got it together, it's easy. You know, if they semi got it together, okay. But if they ain't got it together, then they just big babies still. Like, so, like her daughter walking around talking about she grown.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. She definitely becomes a baby when she comes over here. She's like, you know, immediately like, oh, did you cook? And it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, that'll never go away. That'll never go away.
Okay, girl. Food over there.
No, they remind us, you know, we still need that type of love and that affection. So I enjoy those moments when they do, and mine don't. They very rarely. They're so used to making sure I'm good, making sure, like, I don't have to do nothing. They take care of me when they feel like it.
Beautiful. And I'm sure you don't expect anything. It was very refreshing to see a very small glimpse of Kai's relationship with her daughter, you know, and to see her actually in her own way take care of generational, or I would say eliminate generational curses by giving her daughter sound advice that she wasn't given. She tells a story about that. And I think that's where it lays in. Like, what is your relationship? Like, when someone doesn't have a good relationship with their child, like not an argument or some shit like that, or I ain't fucking with her right now type of thing, but like a straight up, no, I wish that person didn't exist type shit. It makes me question, like, dang, well then what the hell did you do? And I'm looking at the parent, like, you know what I'm saying? So the fact that this queen has raised queens, you have raised your children too into being adults.
Well, the thing with me is I don't show, if you know my kids, you got to know me personally. I don't bring people around my kids. I don't bring my kids around people. when I do events, they always like, people say, well, where's your kid? Like, y'all don't need, what I do is separate, because if somebody says something negative about me, I don't want my kids to be impacted by it. So Kai knows my kids. She's been in my house. Like, I gotta really be rocking with you in order for you to see my kids. My youngest she's never been to not one event that I've done. And I've been in front of the camera many a time on news channels, and she's never been to not, and I keep it that way. I don't want nobody in her school saying, like, I just have different, I do my parenting. You got to know me, I know you got to know me personally to see me as a parent with my kids. Because people like, oh, you don't post pictures of your kids. Do you know the world we live in today? Like, these people freaking jerk off the kids' pictures. I don't have time for that. You know, my kids, if they post their own, that's their business. But because I'm always in that atmosphere and doing stuff, I don't want to draw negative attention to them. I want them to be happy. And if anything backfires that I get myself involved in, they're not in that limelight having anything to do with that. So the only time, my youngest has never been in anything, not no pictures, no nothing. My son, I think he's done maybe something once with me, and my oldest, she's there, but she behind the scenes. Like, they know what time it is, you know? And that's the problem with these celebrities. You allow these kids to jump in front of the limelight, and then now all of a sudden they thinking that your life is their life, and then they in trouble, they doing all types of crazy. I don't have time to be bailing my kids out of jail. I don't got the money to bail them out of jail. So you do some dumb shit, you staying in jail. Like, the fuck? We ain't doing that. So I don't want them to think that they have it like that, because they don't. You know, I'm just a struggling artist just like everybody else. My moments are good, some are bad, but you gotta, in order to see me around my kids, you have to like really know me and be around me. I don't have everybody in my life like that when it comes to my kids anyway.
That's right.
But that comes from dealing with past trauma.
You feel me?
Yeah, that comes from past trauma. And then when, like you said, dealing with the generational curse, like, I don't even bring them around certain family members, and I have to keep it that way. If you traumatize me as a child, you're older now. You have more experience at traumatizing people. I don't want that on my kids. My kids live a happy life. If they are sad or mad, it's because something that they did or whatever the situation is. I will protect my kids from any type of person or anything if I can. So,
As you should, honey. All right, so what's in the future? What kind of business we got going on in the future? We got anything in the works coming up that, you know what I mean, that nobody don't know about yet, or we got something that's kind of cooking, and you know what I mean? What we doing? What we doing?
You know, I stay cooking something. I always cook up something, but right now
I know that's why I'm asking, because I know we always got something in the pocket. We always got something in the pocket.
Yeah, I just launched the clothing. It's Lady Braveheart's. I literally just launched it back in June, so it's like fresh. I'm learning the whole internet marketing. You know, when you're dealing with fashion, it's completely different than marketing and literature. It's hard, you know. So I'm learning the process of doing these ads. You spend money. This is what I hate about the internet. Facebook is tied to everything. So they taking your money left and right, you know. But at the end of the day, this is how, if you want your content put out there, you got to pay somebody, you know. So I'm learning the whole aspect of marketing to get the information out there. The website is up. It's running, ladybravehearts.com. But all of this started with the books, and now I have the clothing, and I already wrote the movie script when I first moved here. So my next step is to put this movie out there. I already wrote the script. I don't want to take too much energy from doing the clothes, but the next step from the clothes is the actual movie. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Love that shit.
That's just enough for right now.
Shit, that definitely sounds like a full plate. I'm telling you, that dead off. Yeah. And I can understand what you're saying about Facebook, because on some real shit, we've tried, and we as the podcast have definitely tried to dip into some level of advertising, but according to Facebook and its communities,
yo, they flag everything.
They say apparently everything. We selling weed. We over here.
Yo, they flag everything. They flag everything, and I'm just like, y'all can't be serious. Like, I watched the first 48, and I saw many crimes on Facebook. Like, help me make sense out of this.
Exactly.
You won't let me put my topic up there, but I seen who killed Pookie last week on Facebook.
Like, exactly. Seen a whole fucking shootout on fucking IG, but as soon as we try to advertise a shirt, motherfuckers say no, you're violating community. No.
When they flagged you, was it because of the words or the actual picture?
It was because of the words, according to.
Yeah, you got to learn how to use wordplay with them, because they flagged me for a couple of things, and I was like, okay, let me remove that one word. I mean, it's still the same thing, you know. If you want me to remove the word, I'll remove the word, and that's what I did. So you kind of got to use wordplay with them. Yeah. Try it that way. Look, I just dropped a jewel on you.
Exactly.
Just take out marijuana and sex and put motherhood and put your shit up there and watch what happens. See if they flag you.
Yeah. Hey, why not?
I don't think they're viewing the pictures. I think they're just viewing the actual words. I don't think they're viewing the picture. It might just be the wording that they're scanning.
Tripping about.
So,
I mean, it's just ridiculous, because I mean, seriously, and because I think it's the algorithms too, because the fact is that even on my own channel, on my own IG page, I posted a video that I copied from fucking YouTube, where a motherfucker was talking shit about, you know, you shouldn't say, men are trash and this and that. It was just a little conversation about, not talking about men and being trash. And I posted it on my IG, and apparently IG flagged it and said, oh, you talking about abuse and threatening people. And I was just like, what threatening fucking people? What?
Now let me ask you guys a question.
Found me to say I was threatening people, something that I copied from someplace else that's running right now. They got like fucking
somebody reported you. That's what that is. So let me ask you guys a question. You guys have content that you're selling, the shirts and stuff. I saw. Do you make that stuff yourself, or you using a third-party site?
We got a third-party site.
I was gonna offer you a business setup if you want to send me some stuff, and I'll sell it on my site for you guys, free of charge, of course. And I'm suggesting that. I don't know if you've seen the website, but I'm still working every day. It's a project, but each tab, I have different tabs. So right now, I just launched a brown sugar tab, and I will have a 420 tab where I'm gonna, I made this shirt myself, so I'm gonna have just a tab just for marijuana content up there. I don't know if you guys will be
interested. Come on now.
Interested. Shit,
are you serious?
You know what I mean? But yeah, the clothing, we do the clothing through Spreadshirt, you know what I mean? And it's an account that actually Ruby started and whatnot. Because at first we were doing, we had like hats that we were making that we kind of had ourselves, but then we just moved from having these hats to then having having the Spreadshirt site, because it was easier to just control on that site rather than having an account where we have to get somebody to make the hats and all that hot shit.
Do you press your own merch?
Yeah, I buy the artwork and I press.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I got my whole setup over here.
That is so fucking dope. Okay. You know what? I think it's as easy as sending you our vectorized image. is all that is. And then coming up with the price point together, because you'll be selling it on, you know, on our behalf. Like, we would want you to take a cut. Like, you know, that's only fair. Huh?
I don't want to cut.
Damn, we just love your ass. No, but like
you don't even understand. You giving me stuff is allowing me to have more content up there. That is my pay.
Perfect. Well, hey, whatever it is, we'll get you. You know, thank you.
You're welcome.
Shit. In another spot where she come through and just be like, yeah, see, I can help you do something because whatever the fuck that. No, I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit.
Now let me ask you guys another. Oh, stop. Let me ask you.
I'm only playing.
Question.
You got to be playing.
That would help us grow more.
420 Fest in Colorado. Have you been to that yet?
No.
Oh man, y'all got it. I did not, well, before COVID, because they shut it down when COVID hit and they just started back up. But before COVID hit, I went there and I just pressed up some shirts and it was just crazy. Like, I only made weed shirt, anything pertaining to weed. And as soon as I got in the elevator, people was like, oh, where can I get that shirt? And I'm like, right here, right the fuck here. I'm walking around. I got, suitcases with my merch in there. The cop stopped me. He was like, do you have a license? I'm like, no. He's like, oh, you can't sell stuff out here. He was like, you could go over to the Commerce Building and apply for a license. I was like, I'll be right back. Ran across the street, applied for my license. They gave it to me on the spot. Now I'm legally selling shit. Weed shirts. Who want weed shirts?
Exactly.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. So that would be definitely something for you guys to look into, especially since you have a podcast about it. Like, looking into getting out there and getting your content out there, whether if it's your merch or just making people aware of your podcast. You could get a table, sit down, talk to people. Like, that was like the best experience ever, is doing that 420 event in Colorado.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we definitely have. I mean, lately we've definitely been, you know, I mean, Ruby just moved to Portland, so she hasn't been able to, you know, do any events, never mind the fact that homegirl pregnant, so she needs to chill out. So, you know what I mean? But me, personally, I mean, shit, out here, let me tell you, because weed is a new popular thing out here, let me tell you, there's like all kind of events popping up out here, and I definitely have shown up at a couple of them. Like during the summer, there's this Cannabis Means Business Expo. It's a 3-day expo at the Jacob Javits Center. And they had a boat ride. We damn sure went to the boat ride this year, and we absolutely trying to go to the boat ride next year if the boat ride is on again, because that shit was hot. Never mind, because girl, it was weed everywhere. I mean, everybody was smoking is what I'm saying. And then on top of the fact that it was food everywhere, fucking it was open bar and when I say open bar, I mean like actual real liquor, like liquor down. You taste that shit and you like, oh wait a minute, this is a real drink.
Oh wow.
I would pay for this. Oh, I would have paid for this, but this free. Oh, you got more of these. Nice. Ooh, we gonna be doing this all night, huh? And literally that boat ride was fly. And then recently I went to this stoner comedy show. They got this place out here called Stone Pizza. Literally, what they actually serve nothing but stoned food.
That's what's up.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I've been to all these places trying to, you know, promote the brand and of course been to all the dispensaries.
It gotta be hard with y'all being in 2 different states though.
Huh?
No, it's not. It actually feels like we've expanded, because we started off in Seattle and then she just moved back home to New York. So we were just like, hey, we're expanding on the other side of the coast. That's how we see it. Yeah, but no, that's
literally it's really helped to grow the brand. You know what I'm saying? Because again, weed in New York City is growing. The popularity is growing very much so because of its legality and illegality. Because according to the news, the bodegas and all these places, they ain't supposed to be selling because they don't got license. But guess what? New York don't give a fuck when we still selling because we know niggas gonna be smoking. We know we gonna be selling, and from the entrepreneur with the table to the store, to the membership places, to the places that claim they only sell cannabis content. I mean, we got all kind of shit, and I've then showed up in all of these spots like, yes, we have motherhood, sex, marijuana, motherhood, sex, marijuana, motherhood, sex, marijuana. Check us out. You know what I mean? So yeah, we definitely have tried to be everywhere and in everything. You know what I mean? And then of course we also got a connection with this, like I said, we got a connection with Fuego 420 magazine, because one of our brand ambassadors, her mother-in-law runs the magazine. It's a new magazine, and it's online. It's not on print yet, but it's online, and we definitely all up in that. So and shit, we definitely have done everything we can to get the word out. So yes, having some shirts on your website would be freaking awesome.
Absolutely amazing. We would love that, Queen. And however we can help, support. I'm on a budget right now, but I'd help. Yeah, I can't wait to scale the business more, and it'll happen. You know what I'm saying? But that is love, and we appreciate that.
Oh, I know how I get down though, so.
Exactly.
Well, I definitely do.
Exactly, which is one of the main reasons why I wanted to bring you on the show, because I was just like, yo, this right here is all about, it's a whole circle, really, because like I said, I met her by being on her website. So it's like now we're what, 10, 15 years later, we still rocking, we still doing our thing. We, we're bigger and better and doing more things than we were doing 10, 15 years ago. You know what I mean? And our lives are in completely different places, but shit, we walking into our $1 million year. Like we said, we walking into our $1 million year in our own steps, in our own, in our own form, in our own fucking art, in our whatever creativity is leading us to that is what we doing.
Absolutely.
And I just want to make sure and have you be part of this, because you know what I mean. Shit, it basically, when you really look at it, my history and your history kind of, it kind of go together a little bit. You know what I mean? It kind of been going together a little bit. You know what I mean? So it just made sense to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Beautiful. We thank you. And how does one place an order or get a hold of you through social media, Queen?
Lady Braveheartz, LadyBraveheartz.com. And it's the same for Instagram, Lady Braveheartz. It's Lady Braveheartz everything, all day, every day, Lady Braveheartz. That's it. Like, that's me all day, Lady Braveheartz. If you go on Facebook, it's Lady Braveheartz. If you Google Lady Braveheartz, it's all.
I love it.
That's what's up. That's what's up. When we can say, Google me, motherfucker.
That's right.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I just did an article for a magazine. It just launched last week.
Whoa, where's she? Oh, wait.
I think we lost her.
Oh, where'd she go? Oh, hopefully she'll come back.
Yes.
But yeah, this is a good one.
Absolutely.
This is definitely a great one. You know what I mean?
And then Queen, don't we have another one like right now though?
Because she never hit me back. When I sent her the email, she never hit me back to ask me to let me know if that was the time, if that time was good. So I never set it up.
Oh shoot! I'm so sorry. And
then again, this is my fault, because I should have said something and told you to hit her up and be like, yo, check your email and see if that.
No, I did. She said that was cool. That time was cool.
She did say it?
Yeah, but I thought she responded to the email as well. My bad.
Nah, she didn't. Okay. So,
let me see what's up.
All right, well, I don't know. I'm just saying, maybe send her a text message and see if she still want to get down. I'll set up an email. A link right now.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay.
Sorry about that. My daughter was calling me and the phone just flipped over.
It's all good. It's
No
all
worries.
Good. It's all good. But yeah, the last thing you were saying.
Oh yeah, just Google Lady Brave Heartz with a Z. Everything I do has a Z at the end, and everybody would say, "Why do you spell Stylezz with 2 Z's?" Because you'll never catch me sleeping. That's why.
Exactly.
Okay, that's right.
Everything with a Z. Don't sleep on your dreams, never. So
I love that.
Yeah.
No,
but we'll be in
you
touch.
said that you would just. Oh yeah, that's right. You were talking about an article you just wrote,
Oh yeah, no. I was just featured in a magazine. I'm waiting for them to mail it to me. Actually, promoting small businesses. I'm gonna reach out and see if I can pass you guys information over and see if they can get you in there too.
Oh, yo, that's what's up.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the dude, the editor, to email me back. He was supposed to be sending me my copies. So as soon as he hits me back, I'll plug you guys in. I'll put your information in, and somebody from there will reach out to you.
Oh,
so you can promote it as well.
That would be awesome, honey.
That's what it gotta be. People need to be supportive of every. This world we live in is crazy. Don't nobody want to see. And then let me not say that. Certain people, I ain't even gonna get too detailed because you already know what I'm talking about. Don't want to see the next person get ahead. They rather keep you in the barrel with them. And it's just like, no, if I eat, we all can eat. But not everybody has that mentality. But I've always been like that. I've always been like that. And because I've always been like that, I've learned so much. Like, I know how to do so much. It put me in positions to where my name is attached to big projects. I'm like, all because I was just like, yo, let me help you, so.
Word.
And your heart's in the right place. Your what a suiting name. Brave, obviously. I'm sure you're very brave. I can sense that. And is there a story behind that name?
Yeah, I had 3 heart attacks, a stroke, and a seizure. So I kind of just ran with it. If you could fight all of that, I was DOA. They brought me back. Then they told my family I only had a few days to live. And here it is, 16 years later. So I just ran with it. Can't nobody take that from me.
Nobody. Exactly. Nobody.
So I stuck with Brave Heartz ever since I had the heart attack. It was just like, yo, I'm a brave heart. I don't care.
All day.
In every sense.
That's just how it's been. So that's pretty much what I'm about. It's mainly supporting women, uplifting other women. But I try to do the whole people who have disabilities or whatever it is. I'm all for that. I've done the Macy's Go Red Heart Disease. I've done so much of that. It's just okay, I need to take a step back from promoting them.
But that's the thing. It's because you've had your hands in so many things. It's that's helped your grow your brand and everything.
The crazy thing is I've done so many TV interviews. One time I was at the doctor, my neurologist, and I'm sitting in there, and you know how they have the TVs, and the damn news comes on, and I hear me. And everybody in there turned around and looked at me, and I'm like, what the hell y'all looking at? And then my doctor's like, why you didn't tell me you was on the news? Because it's just the news. It's not that serious. They want to know about my health condition, so people interviewing me about my health. He was like, yeah, but, no, I'm not a celebrity, yo. I'm just me. Treat me as your patient.
Right.
That's some real shit, man.
Yeah, no. So I just claimed that name, and it's been that. It's been that ever since. Everything I do is either gonna be Lady Brave Heartz or Brave Heartz. My books are Brave Heartz. The sequel is Brave Heartz, Talia's Bittersweet Revenge, and certain people say, "Oh, that's so masculine." Yeah, if you've been through what I went through, you'll feel like a damn man, okay? Stop playing with me.
You could call it however the fuck you want to call it. The fuck you
exactly
talking to me about my name.
It's so masculine. It's so masculine. Have you died before? No? Okay, then shut up.
Exactly. Back up off me. Back up off me.
So no, this is my life right now. So, and then when you hear you got cancer, why wouldn't I think that I'm brave? You know, damn, you've been hit with everything else, and then to hear you got cancer. I don't know, it's like mad people over COVID and cancer within the 2 years. And I'm still here, so you damn right, I'm claiming that. That's mine.
Exactly. Everything happens for a reason, and you're here for a reason. And you're going to continue to be here for a reason.
Absolutely.
I mean? Definitely.
You make me feel like I can't
such a great conversation.
Listen, I you know what's crazy? Because people say you don't complain. I mean, for what? At the end of the day, it ain't gonna make me feel better, you know? So I just deal with it. I honestly don't complain. And I tell my kids, y'all don't know what it takes for me to get up every day. And you don't need to know. All you need to know is that I got up today.
Word.
You know? So I listen to people complain, but I ain't complaining. I ain't complaining.
And that's
I do all my doctors. I do everything by myself. I go to the doctors by myself. They was like, do you have any family you always hit? Yeah, I got family. They don't need to be a part of this. I do this. You know, I don't want them in here crying and shit. Like, let me be me, you know? So even when they told me I had cancer, I was just like, okay, what we doing next? And they was like, did you not just hear what we said? I heard you. Shit, ain't that your job to fix it? Like, what? Did you not hear me? What we doing next?
Right, exactly. Because again, you've been through so much to the point where it's like, you know what I mean? You're not going to let nothing come at you and shift your movements. It's not going to shift your positivity. It's not going to shift your move forward. You always going to be thinking, well, whatever it is, it's like, fuck you, fuck whatever you trying to do. I'm still going to go what I'm doing, and whatever you trying to do ain't going to be doing nothing. And that's the best message to for this whole fucking episode is like, you know what I mean? Like, no matter what, don't let nothing, absolutely nothing, even freaking death. You fuck that. I even overcame death. Like, you know what I mean? I even overcame death. I had nothing that could stop me, motherfucker.
When they told me I had cancer, my family was like, why? You the only person that I know that get happy about having surgery. I think you have the concept of surgery wrong. It's to fix something that I can't fix. So hell yeah, I'm skipping in that bitch. Like, hurry up, let's do this and get it over with. You know, I had the feeding tube. I don't know if you probably can't, but I had a feeding tube stuck in my neck. Like, my stomach is cut all the way open. It was crazy, but they said, oh, don't try to get out of bed. I said, I'm going home. What you mean don't try to get out of bed? I'll stay here for the 2 weeks that y'all need me to be here because COVID hit and everything. So once you was there, you was there. You know, then I came home. My stomach is cut from head down there. They was like, oh, we'll send a physical therapist to the house. By the time dude came here, I was already up walking around the house, took a shower and everything. He was like, no, I wasn't supposed to wait for you. God got me up. I wasn't waiting on you. I don't even know you.
Right. Right.
Wow. And what a perspective at that. And so I think you taught a lot of us something today, you know, because I really, wow, that's insane. And it's so, and no wonder why you're so young and vibrant, you know what I mean? Because if you're obviously older than 27, if you have like your kids are 27. So
yeah, no, I'm 48. That's crazy. Wow. And here I am planning my 49th. I'm like, yeah, I think we'll go to Canada this year. I don't know, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, I don't have time to be worried about. No, not this time. Well, it was supposed to, but I don't know, because if it don't, then I'm gonna just do something with my kids. I just don't want to be in a house this year for my birthday. I don't even want to be in the state of Arizona this year for my birthday. It's just hot all year round, and I want to get into some cold weather. You know, I want to be like, ooh, I want to feel that again.
I feel it.
I want to feel Jack Frost again, but then I can leave when I don't like it and go back, you know?
Right.
I don't, so we'll see what happens. But no, I just wish if anything, what I would like to give to this session with you guys is everybody has a piece of warrior in them. You just got to kind of push to find that warrior in you. At the end of the day, I thought I was tough before all my health. Can't nobody beat me and all of this and you know, it took a heart attack to knock me down, and I realized what I was a punk. Like, you ain't tough. That's not being tough. If you could survive some mental, physical, all of that, some of that health, then you tough. So I just kind of put on the armor and just keep doing it, man.
Wow.
That's what's
so
up.
inspiring.
Not only that, and not only is it, you know, find that everybody has their inner warrior, but you know, to you know, keep going no matter what. Like the whole lesson I got too was, you know, keep going no matter what. Don't let nothing stop you. Don't let nothing sit in front of you and be the stopping point for anything that you want to do in order to improve yourself, improve the situation around you, or improve the situation for your family. And damn sure don't let motherfuckers tell you how to live. Like, fuck out of it. The most important lesson is don't ever let a motherfucker tell you how to live. You know what I mean? Shit, girl, when I tell you this, I enjoyed this conversation. I'm glad that we got to,
and you know me, so
real talk.
We just haven't seen each other in a minute though, but you know me, you've been around for a lot of this though.
Exactly.
And you ain't never hear me cry, boo-hoo, complain or nothing. If I was down, I'd just be like, hi, we gonna get up another day.
Exactly. Exactly. So. And that's the warrior of it. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? Like, listen, I need a minute to step back, but I will be back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't doubt the fact that I'm just gonna sit here and chill. I'm gonna be back, and when we back, we're gonna be better. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And on that motherfucking beautiful ass note, we're gonna end this episode. I thank you, honey, for being on the show.
Oh, you're welcome.
Motherhood
Thank you for having me. Motherhood Sex Marijuana. Now I'm gonna go hit my pen.
Yeah, hit your pen and go to bed.
Joy. Bye, Queen.
All right now.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Bye.